Hey guys, what's up? Okay. Um, so, I'm gonna talk about Job Corps boys for a minute. Um, Kind of made me feel like a slut for a little bit, but not really anymore. But, so what has been happening is, um, when I first got to Job Corps, there was a guy in my intake group, kept looking at me. Like, he kept looking at me, but he wouldn't say anything to me. So I'm like, okay, awkward. But like, he was really shy and really quiet, and he had this Jamaican accent, so I was like, okay, alright, I can work with this. So, you know, we started talking, and the girls in my intake group were like, oh my gosh, he's got a total crush on you, you should totally go out with him. And I'm like, no, I can't really. You're from all my studies than boys. And they're like, oh come on, you should totally date him. And I'm like, uh, I'll be friends with him. Well, after movie night at the rec, one of the girls comes up to me and him and says, "Oh my gosh, you're guys such a cute couple." And I'm like, "We're not a couple. We're just sitting here talking." And she's just like, "But you guys would be such a cute couple if you guys were dating." And I'm like, "Um, all right." She walks away. So I'm looked at him. I'm like, "You want to try this?" And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, "Well, do you want to try? Because if you want to try, I'll do it. If it doesn't work out, then we don't have to, like, we can just be friends." Like, seriously, we don't even have, if we don't want to, you don't have to. He's like, yeah, let's try it out. So we tried it out, and like, we would talk more when we were friends than when we actually dated. Like, every time we talked, he's like, "How are you doing?" I'm like, "Tired." And then he'd be like, "Oh, I hope you wake up more." I mean, he was by my side 24/7 though. Like, and he wouldn't speak. It was awkward. Like, cause he's in my same group. So basically, we have class together, we have lunch together, we have dinner together, we have all this shit together, and I'm just like, mm, you gonna talk? Like, he would legit, every morning, we'd eat breakfast with the same group, and he'd be right next to me, not saying a word. And then, like, after that, then, like, he just put his arm around me, and then we just talk, and, like, we would barely talk. Like, he'd be like, "How are you doing?" And I'd be like, "I'm tired. How are you doing?" "No, I'm a little tired." "Oh, okay. Yeah." And then he's like, it got weird. It just got weird. Like, I don't even know how this happened. Like, I was just like, I went to my roommate the next day. I'm like, "Girl, I need to talk to you about something." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I don't want to date this boy anymore." And she's like, "Well, then don't." And I'm like, but, but, I feel bad. I feel terrible if I just break up with him for no reason. And she's just like, "Girl, obviously, why don't you want to date him anymore?" I'm like, "Well, we're always together and he never talks to me." And she's like, "It's time to end then. If you guys can't talk, then end it." I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it tomorrow night. Do it tomorrow night." So, big surprise. We were going to the class morning, and I'm talking to this girl, and me and her are talking, and all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, we'll talk later." And like, he's like, "No, I couldn't want to talk now. It's kind of serious." I'm like, "All right." I was like, "I'll see you later, girl. Peace." Walked out, walked with him, and he was basically saying, he's like, "I really like you as a friend, but," and I'm like, wait, are you breaking up with me?" And he's like, "Yeah, just, I hope you don't get mad." I'm like, "It's okay. I I was trying to find a way to tell you because it feels more awkward that when we are, I just find it kind of awkward that we don't really talk as much as when we were just friends. And he's like, so you're cool with this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm totally cool with it. Yeah, I'm totally cool. It's okay. And he's like, oh my gosh, I thought you were in a bitch of fit. And I'm like, nah, dude, it's okay. I'm glad if we're just friends. And it was just like, whoa, everything's better. He's like, so then he's like, well, um, even though we're not together, I know who a guy that likes you. And I'm like, who? And he's like, oh, this guy. And I'm like, how do you know that? And he's like, oh, he told me last night. I'm like, okay. Because I actually hung out with that guy the night before, and he was because my boyfriend at the time wasn't there with me, so I went to the weight room and worked out for a little bit. And that guy was there with me, so me and him just started talking. Well, that night actually, I have one boy talking to me. We're just like texting back and forth. Like we were sitting next to each other, but like we were just kind of like we were texting on my phone, and then when my phone died, he got his phone. And then I have another dude sit next to me, and he's like talking to me, and then I go like, okay. And then the guy from the night before that likes me is sitting right next to the big guy, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of awkward. And the guy who liked me actually drew a heart and said I love you and all this and that. I'm like, oh great. And it's like, aw, I love you too. Like, I don't know you, so I'm not gonna say I love you, love you. I'm gonna do it in a preppy voice. So and then I had one guy put his arm around me, and then I had one guy put his arm around me, this guy put his arm around me, and then this guy and I were talking, and like we were just like texting back and forth, like, oh hey, and like we were telling each other like he likes me and stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's like okay, oh, you're so cute, and like the way he respected me was like, all right, like he legit was like, I told him, there's a 1 month rule with me. You talk to me for a month, and you be my friend, and you still like me after all the shit I put you through, yeah, then you're yes. But I told them all. Well, basically, when I said that to him, the one guy who was drawing in my notebook that likes me walked away, and so I had this big guy next to me, and I had this guy that I'm texting, and I'm just sitting there like, oh my god. One guy has an arm around me, and they kept because I had holes in my pants, and they kept fingering my holes in my pants, like they were on my knees and stuff, but they were like rubbing it, and I'm like, so like it makes me awkward, like, oh, oh yeah, oh, I'm so bad. I'm sorry, that was just funny though. But so after that happened, we basically um, I was like, so let's play some pool. So they were like, okay, let's play pool. And they were like, well, who gets to go first? And I'm like, well, this person can. I'm like, do rock paper scissors, because I'm not gonna pick favorites. So they do rock paper scissors, and the guy I was texting actually gets to play pool first. Well, the other guy keeps on trying to make moves on me while I'm playing pool. Like he legit, like, cause we have like these name tags and stuff, and then we have like this thing that we put around our neck, but I usually put it in my butt pocket because yeah, just like that. So he kept grabbing it from me, and so whenever he'd like go like lean or like try to taunt him when he was doing like a pool shot, went behind him, put it back in my pocket, and the security guard the security guard was walking around, and he came in the wrong time. Like I legit popped my butt. Like I'm like, don't be jealous because you ain't got a tail like mine. I'm popping my butt, and all of a sudden the security guard just looks at me and he's like, and this looks like, and then like he kept laughing. He keeps laughing at me because of this. Well, anyways, so the um, next day, the guy I told them both that night, like, you both have to hang out with me for a month, and whoever is better gets me. Well, one of the guys backed out because I kind of knew he was gonna back out anyways because he just seemed like he just wanted a girlfriend right away. But the other guy was there for me, so he's now my boo. Even though it hasn't been a month, he's still my boo. Uh, Me and him just started dating like 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, both the guys who like me, I told them that they could go to prom with, or I was gonna go to prom with my boyfriend, but they can get one dance each. One dance. I told them, I'll give you one dance. That's it. So that is why I'm wearing my hairband, because it goes with my dress. I have a red dress. Surprisingly, this is my second dress I ever bought. Second dress. And it's red. Now, if you see me in a dress, it's usually going to be black. No, I bought a fucking red dress, man. Red dress, and I've also bought a gray dress because when I meet my boyfriend's dad, I want to wear something nice and look cute for his dad. Like, not that way, but like, like respectable young lady, which I hope he sees that when he sees me, because I'm a little crazy in here. A little crazy, but it's okay, because everybody's crazy. Everybody has their crazy points. But, so, yeah. When everybody found out I was actually dating him, they're like, oh my gosh, you're dating someone, another guy? And I'm like, yeah, they're like, oh, you a player, girl, you got two guys already? I'm like, and it's only like it was like only the third week, or no, it's the second week. This was the second week. I've been there and I had two guys. That sounds so terrible. I sound like a slut. Mm-mm. But me and my boyfriend, we're pretty good, like, we talk to each other every day, and he has seen me rant and rave twice. I ranted and raved, and he has been there for me. I actually screamed at the, okay, I didn't scream at the top of my lungs, but I did scream pretty loud, and I was crying, and he helped me out through that. And he helped me through, like, one of my hardest times of my life, so he's pretty good, like, everything I go through, like, I'm going through withdrawals without smoking cigarettes. Shh, I'm not supposed to smoke, but I'm smoking anyways because I'm home because of what happened. And I'll tell you what happened in the next video. But anyways, so he's been there for me, and I really care about him. And if you make me buy a dress, you know I'm committed to you. He legit made me trust him within the fourth day of knowing him, and it's hard for me to trust somebody. But the fourth day that we were dating, I actually told him, yeah, we're dating. We are together. I trust you. If you trust me, I trust you. No, I trust him 100%. I know he would never cheat on me. I know he feels the same way I do about him. Like, I legit love him. And that is hard for me to say. Like, 2 weeks of being in a relationship, and I say I love you, you know it's serious. Because I never say that about anybody. And I love him. So if you're watching this, boo, I love you. And I miss you because I can't be with you right now. And you better feel damn special because I'm wearing a dress to prom for you. Better feel damn special. I'm just saying. I love you, Bill. But, so yeah. That is what guys in Job Corps are like. So if you want a boyfriend, come to Job Corps. You'll definitely get one. Just don't become a slut. But yeah, thanks for listening to this one. Yeah, so I think I found a good Bucky one for me. Bye, everybody.